Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game features arguably the best defense in the NFL. The Chargers are top 10 in fewest points allowed, and they'll be up against the Falcons' offense that wants to hang a big number on them.
Larry, football is back in Los Angeles as we welcome you inside the StubHub Center in Carson, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Chargers. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Collins. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. after the interception. Here's Ryan. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They toss to Freeman. And he's brought down. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Second and 5. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Back to throw. And that is is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
On is the Chargers punter now. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. This is fielded at the 7. Look at the spin. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Incomplete.
We see drops happen on hitch routes. A lot of the time it's because the timing's off on the play or trying to get his head upfield right before he secures the pass. Last thing, though, it's such an explosive move on the hitch route that sometimes they don't get their body settled before the ball gets there.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
The tight end Henry here in motion. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And it's a first down and more for Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. He's at the 30. 10 for touchdown, LA. Melvin Gordon, 83 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing. But I wonder about mindset, because you mentioned They had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be even tighter as they approach this game?
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. No gain on the play there, second down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get a hook and let a running back get outside, because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Fresh set of downs here. Now Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Trey Boston. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. Play clock winding down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
This is Coleman, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers getting set to go. Now the first carry for Brandon Oliver. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Maybe a little sign of life here offensively, Charles. They get their first down. They didn't have any in quarter number 1.
And I think what we're seeing is great evidence of good scouting by both teams, right? Understanding what they like to do, their best plays, try and take those away early. So now we're seeing some adjustments, and they end up getting their first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He'll drop to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Tighten up, fellas.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Watching now, Barney! Over!
They'll look to throw. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 47-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And it's taken in at the 9. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
Pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of an opening there, as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Complete to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now Gordon on first down. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
That hurts, brother.
The tight end Henry here in motion. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Looking to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They've gone to the second quarter in Buffalo. The Broncos have taken the early lead, and we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The Chargers on third down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On fourth down, Anthony Lynn says, let's go for 3. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On fourth down, Anthony Lynn says, let's go for 3. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So no update from Larry after 17 weeks. Folks are saying, let's get on with the show. So we'll oblige as we get you set for the second half kickoff. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. Right through it.
Boom, bam, biff.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up, make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
That was so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
On 2nd down, Ryan going up top. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And he motions the wide receiver. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
this defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Chargers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw here. Going deep here for Allen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's fielded at the 45. Gets through, and now an opening. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Coleman now. And some room to maneuver. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
While there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window. And they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Coleman. And some space here. Extending, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Being chased out left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
Now let's go. Good.
He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
The Chargers on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Yeah, on 4th and inches, you've got to be quick with your decision-making when you're running the football. You've got to find the hole and go. And he does a nice job here picking up the 1st down with a few yards to spare.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
Allen's got it. takes this one down all the way near the 30. A very solid gain of 27. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. And the Bills, they have added to their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Chargers on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is third down and 12. Now back to throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand. Take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Now Ryan on second down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an Allen to run. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
They go play action here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Doyle. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Ryan on first down. Spins by. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. From the shotgun, Ryan. And shedding through the tackle. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Let's go!
They'll drop to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. 8 yards there helps, but they're still stuck now. 3rd and long coming up.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Back to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. The tight end Henry here in motion. A toss play, Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
They are in the 4th and Buffalo. And it's the Bills that have added to their lead. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. They begin the drive with Coleman. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise. And now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Atlanta, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the home team here, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.
Oh, okay, we still in it.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.